So the OLS lessons that you're going to cover in this module are 1.01, which is the semester introduction. That's there's no testing, there's no assignments in that one. But 1.02 is where the content starts, so it's the elements of art. 1.03 is the principles of design. 1.06 is art history. And 1.07 is criticism and aesthetics. So that basically follows the objectives, the goals that I just covered. Those are the 4 that you're going to do. Also have, during week 4, we're going to talk about the art project. If you're choosing the test, you're going to find a sort of pre-test or an overview of what's on the art project test in the unit review and test 1.09. In each lesson, you want to make sure that you go through all of it. So lesson introduction, explore, putting it all together. If you click on this very first thing in the OLS, then you're starting at the beginning of the lesson. I want you to make sure that you are doing the quizzes at the end of each lesson. So the way that it works is these end of lesson quizzes are usually 2 or 3 questions. You're going to make sure that you do those. You have unlimited takes in the OLS. And then those end of lesson quizzes are going to directly correspond to the Blackboard quizzes. So your first Blackboard quiz is the Elements and Principles quiz. So that is lesson 1.02 and 1.03 in the OLS. So that means that it's the same exact questions and answers. If you're not doing the OLS, then you're doing yourself a huge disservice because you're not reading the lessons, first of all. And second of all, you have the opportunity to basically go through the answers before you take the quiz if you are doing what you're supposed to do in the OLS. So I will know if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Okay, so vocabulary. Every module has vocabulary. You're going to find this in your folder, your lessons resources folder. So each vocabulary list is going to have Google Drive and Quizlet. So I have a list in Google Drive of like all of the words, and then in Quizlet for each lesson, each individual lesson or group of lessons, you have like a Quizlet. So your vocabulary for every unit is going to be in lesson plans assignments. You want to click on the module and you want to open this folder. You're going to see, you're always going to have a table of contents over here on the side. Under module 1, so there's shortcuts to every single assignment for every week here, but to find the vocabulary, it's always going to be in module 1 resources. Click on that. And you'll see here, click here to view the vocabulary list for Unit 1. Click on that, and then I also have a Quizlet for vocabulary practice. So if you click here, you can add yourself to the Fine Arts class on Quizlet. First, let's do this though. The vocabulary list for Unit 1 looks like this. Now this unit is a little bit different because all the other units are going to be color-coded because it follows the same format. We have you know, artists, notable artwork, things such as that. Right now it's mostly elements and principles of art. So these are your vocabulary words that are on the vocabulary test for Unit 1. There you go. Your Quizlet, so if you click this link, you're adding yourself to the Fine Arts class on Quizlet. This is the only unit where it's only going to be in one list. So if you go here, you see flashcards. You can learn them. There's a little activity there. Flashcards, write, spell, test. You can do a practice test. You can do matching game, and then there's a little game called Gravity. So if you add yourself to the class on Quizlet, then you'll always have a way to find every single vocabulary list for the rest of the semester. And then when you're ready to take the test, let me go back to the class page, you'll see it's in Module 1, Week 4. Here's your lesson plans for Week 4, and then you'll see vocabulary test is here. So when you're ready, click on that, take the test. But you can have this list open while you're taking the test too. So keep that in mind. Okay, assignments, your Blackboard assignments. Let's talk about that. So I want you to be able to understand what you need to do for class for this module before you are all done with it. So every week you're going to look at the lesson plans first. It might be a little bit confusing for me, for you to understand this, so I just want to go through it really quick. So this, if you're a new student, you're always going to start here, but if you've started with me from the beginning, you have Module 1. You can see I've laid out all the weeks here, and then all of the assignments. If it's not here, you don't have to worry about it. I know there was some confusion about sketchbook assignments. Okay, so I'm going to click on this. I see my very first Module 1, Week 2, the very first week that we started doing assignments. And then you can see I've sort of broken it down for you. So you have your standards, the objectives, lesson plans, what you're supposed to be doing every single day, and then what you're supposed to do by the end of the unit is here. So if you look at the actual weekly lesson plans, the only thing you're supposed to do the first week is the Elements of Art and Principles of Design quiz. If you go to the top of this lesson plan and click the next arrow, you're going to see exactly that. Elements and Principles quiz. So after you do that week's lesson plans, you follow all the assignments, you click to launch. If I keep going, this is the next week. So it looks like the only things that are on the lesson plans for this week, writing assignment 2, and art history, criticism and aesthetics quiz. So you click next, you'll see a link to the history and criticism quiz and the writing assignment number 2, critique. And then I also included the vocabulary test here, just in case you wanted to do it after week 3. But if you go here, Module 1, Week 4, Art Project 1, all of your art project stuff is going to be, just like I just showed you, it's going to be in this assignment folder. You can see Art Project 1 and the test option, and then I will also have the project proposal in this folder as well, which will be a Google form, which is a new thing I'm doing. But here's another link to take the vocabulary test if you haven't yet. I also have created a folder that has all of the assignments in it. So you can go and look in this folder. Everything that I've just showed you is also here. So if you want to sort of shortcut it, you can do that too. And then resources are here. So basically, your requirements for this entire unit, all assignments, are here. You've got 2 quizzes, Elements and Principles quiz and the History and Criticisms quiz. You're going to do OLS lessons 1.0, actually it's 1.02, 1.03 in the OLS. You're going to do 1.06 and 1.07 and then take the History and Criticism quiz here in Blackboard. Writing assignment 2, you're going to take the vocabulary test, you're going to complete Art Project 1, and at the very end you're going to have to complete an exit ticket for the entire module. And that's it. Let's talk about some extras. So some things that you can do to sort of boost up your grade. So your lecture, sketchbooks, extension videos, art conferencing, and office hours. So basically, let me break that down for you. There will be 2 weekly lectures. That's me in Blackboard Collaborate Ultra talking over everything that you're learning in the OLS, because I think that you guys need that sometimes. You get 5 extra credit points for attending each lecture. And if they're really informal, they're actually kind of fun. It's not like a formal class period. I ask a lot of your input. I like to be sort of a conversation, and then we sort of talk about what you're learning in the OLS, and I usually take it a step further. I've already recorded the first one, so go and watch the Elements of Art lesson, and I think you guys will like what you see. Sketchbooks. I will be making a folder for sketchbook assignments. I previously had them as a required assignment, and I'm sorry if I confused a few of you with that. I'm not requiring it as an assignment anymore. So your sketchbook assignments are totally up to you. They would be worth 5 points extra credit as well if you feel like doing them. If you don't, then that's fine. You don't have to do them. Extension videos. You'll notice after every single lesson in the lesson plans, I include like 5 or 6 videos, sometimes 4 videos, sometimes 2 videos, videos that I've taken the extra time to go into the internet and find interesting things about the subject. So I do that on purpose. I don't want this subject to be boring to you. I think a lot of you respond better to videos. So if you did the OLS lesson and it's not quite clicking with you, make sure you're watching the extension videos. There's no way of me knowing if you're watching the extension videos or not, but I put them there for you guys and I put them there for my health. So I think that you should be making sure that you're watching the extension videos. And then also think about art conferencing and office hours. So you guys are doing sketchbooks sometimes. You're doing art projects. I release the art project information to you at the beginning of each module, so you have lots of time to complete it if you want. I have office hours every single day from 11 to 12, so make sure that you can come in there if you're not doing well in my class, but you can also come in there if you have a goal. Let's just say you have a goal in art. You want to learn painting. You want to put something up on the whiteboard and show me a piece of your art and have me help you improve it. That's what I'm here for. That's why I have office hours every day. So make sure that you're using that when you have a question or if you have advice or you want something to look better. Just remember that I'm always here to answer any questions that you might have. That's why I'm your art teacher. I am your teacher. I'm the greatest resource that you have for doing well in this class. So I'm here. I have office hours every day. I have a phone number. I have an email. I want to help you pass this class. So don't be afraid to ask me anything that's on your mind. Come to office hours. You never have to wait past 11 a.m. for an answer for anything because I have office hours every day. So make sure that you're utilizing me as a resource to do well in this class. And that's all I have for today. Just make sure that you are watching this and completing the module exit ticket before you're done, and that you're putting your all in this class and really taking advantage of this learning opportunity that you have. So I'm here for questions. Hopefully you learned a lot from this video, and I hope that you do really well in this module.